It is commonly said among the Imperium that no chapter of Blood Angels have ever been corrupted by the ruinous powers. While this is true, individual Sons of Sanguinius and even small groups have. Over the millennia, many of these groups have coalesced into a major Chaos Warband known as the Servants of the Truth. The origins of the Servants of the Truth can be linked back to the 212th Company of the Blood Angels Legion. The company built an impressive service record during the final stages of the Great Crusade under the command of one captain, Abdiel Tiberian. They stood at their Primarch's side, fighting with him as the crusade came to a sudden halt with the outbreak of the Horus Heresy. They stood at his side on Cygnus as they first encountered the horrors of the warp, and they stood at his side on Terra when the traitor legions threatened the Imperium's very heart. After the siege of Terra, the 212th, in great mourning over the loss of their beloved father, made a discovery that would change their lives forever. A lone sanguinary guard fell from the sky and landed near where they had made camp in the Himalayan mountains. The guard was badly wounded, but managed to tell a shocking tale before his life slipped away. He spoke of the confrontation between Sanguinius and Horus aboard the vengeful spirit. He told of the argument the two brothers had had, staying their hands as he spoke long enough for Horus to twist his brother's mind and corrupt Sanguinius, who, before he could act on his loyalties, was slain, not by Horus, but by the Emperor, who heard the end of their discussion and acted immediately. Such claims are, of course, utter nonsense. Sanguinius died valiantly at the arch-traitor's hands, and the Inquisition has tried repeatedly to rationalize this account. It is accepted that it is likely entirely fabricated, but there have been whispers that the Alpha Legion, or perhaps the Tzeentch demon known to the Ordo Malleus as the Changeling, may be involved. The Ordo Theoreticus requires further investigation. Regardless of the obvious lack of veracity to this so-called sanguinary god's claim, the Astartes of the 212th believed him full-heartedly. In the period before the Blood Angels left Terra, they cautiously spread this word around to those they could trust, be they close commanders or the most die-hard fanatics of the Primarch. When the battered Legion fleet arrived to Baal, short a few vessels, it was simply assumed they had been lost in the warp, and were mourned by their brothers all the same. This, of course, was not the case. En route, the traitorous Astartes changed course and fled into the Eye of Terror, declaring themselves the Servants of the Truth, in the name of both the primordial truth of chaos and the so-called truth of their Primarch's fate. The new warband first staked their claim on a world within the Eye called Kaitos. From here, they called all traitorous Blood Angels who had fled into other legions to join them. During the Legion Wars, Kaitos was abandoned after it was attacked by an Empress Children slaving party. Superior to the young warband in size, the Servants of the Truth defeated their attackers, but knew the Empress Children would return in overwhelming force. The Servants of the Truth went on to participate in the Legion Wars, swapping sides throughout the conflict, drawing more and more heretic Astartes to their banner, and greatly expanded their fleet. At the climax of the Legion Wars, the Servants of the Truth threw in their lot with Thagus Daravek's Legion host, deciding that Ezekiel Abaddon's hatred for the Primarchs was something that could not stand. They fought at Daravek's side at the opening stage of the First Black Crusade, joining the forces that attempted to surround and destroy Abaddon's fleet. When Daravek was slain, they scattered like the rest of the Legion hosts and descended upon Segmentum Obscurus as an independent warband once again. Ever since the end of this conflict, the warband has been primarily fleet-based. The Servants of the Truth are unusually organized for a Chaos warband. They are divided into 5 large formations called Blood Hosts. Each of these is led by an officer known as a Lord Sanguine, with a Coronarius acting as his lieutenant. These are further divided into battalions and companies, commanded by Chaos Lords and captains, respectively. The Servants of the Truth make extensive use of Havoc Squads, as well as baseline tactical marine equivalents, referred to as Legionnaires, but most notable are their raptors. While they do use raptors that are largely similar to those of other warbands, far more unique are a particular group of them, calling themselves the Angels Chosen. Composed of Astartes beginning to lose themselves to the Red Thirst, they serve as elite shock infantry. Harkening back to the Blood Angel legionary tradition of equipping tactical marines with jump packs, they frequently carry bolters in addition to their melee weapon of choice. Despite most of the warband believing in serving every aspect of the ruinous powers in equal measure, the Angels Chosen usually dedicate themselves to the blood god, Khorne, in hopes of apotheosis in his name. Indeed, many other warbands possessed are found within their ranks. With the unique state of the warband's gene seed and their insistence on having as many blood angels in their warband as possible, the Servants of the Truth face a daunting task to maintain their fighting strength. They accomplish this in a variety of ways. The Servants of the Truth will steal any Blood Angel's gene seed they can get their hands on, be it from gene seed tithes to Mars, or even enemy Astartes whose bodies can be captured before their progenoid glands are extracted. They also make use of subterfuge, having infiltrated the recruiting worlds of multiple Blood Angel successor chapters to steal gene seed from their stores, or even abduct neophytes in their sarcophagi. These neophytes are either indoctrinated into chaotic worship or, if their will proves too strong, killed. The same is largely true for prisoners of war, and indeed live scout marines from Blood Angels chapters are highly prized captives because of their possession of gene seed organs and comparative ease of corruption compared to full Astartes. In recent years, the Servants of the Truth have become notably more active. Elements from their warband partook in the 13th Black Crusade, helping break the defenses of Cadia and heading onwards before the destruction of the planet itself. Meanwhile, a large cadre of the Servants of the Truth simultaneously aided the Knights of Leren, a Slaaneshi warband with which the Servants share a long-standing alliance, in attacking the Imperial Shrine World of Eartha. It is clear that the Servants of the Truth represent no lesser threat to the Imperium of Man than they have at any point in the past, and still prove a dangerous foe whenever their raiding parties descend upon an Imperial world.